Hello boys and girls, welcome to the USS Simcoe Brew Day. We're going to do a grained glass on this. I'm going to edit it kind of tight. I don't need to show you every tiny little detail. So you know me, I'll edit it down to almost nothing, I hope, maybe. But first, I got this in the mail the other day. This is from Home and Wine Hobby. I ordered a bunch of stuff. I'm going to combine this into my brew day, so hopefully that'll work. None of what I need today, I don't think. Oh yeah, there is one thing. I bought a new pH tester, finally. Shouldn't say new, I've never had one. Ta-da! Filler. And as everyone has experienced, just really killer little thank you and my receipt. Yep, there it is. Everything per requested from Gennaro. That's awesome. I love it. It's been in the refrigerator because I did order yeast. Ooh! Let's talk about this. Not that it makes that big of a difference. Has nothing to do with today. Still cold. Packing. There is my liquid yeast for my Belgian Saison that I'm going to do maybe next? Nah, first part of April. Along with a Belgian wit. Got some cluster. Yakima Chief. I had to get some new airlocks because they started to crack. Some issues. There it is. There's my pH tester. So I can start tracking that. I've got... Ooh! And that is the Bohemian Pilsner. Sweet. Uncrushed. Ziploc baggied. No problems. I've got two little caps for my keggers. Lost a little feet thingies. And some new thermometer stickers for my little kegs and such. They work fairly well. They're not, I mean, as far as reading accurate temperature, they do pretty much all I need them to do. And there it is. Alright kids, grain to glass. We're going to start with the Brewfather app and the recipe I put together. See you in seconds. Alright, so let's get started on the old Brewfather here. We are going to do from creation. There's a list of a bunch of the recipes I've already made. One that I haven't done yet. That's the Belgian Saison that I'm going to do later. Everything else I've brewed at least once. Let's pull up the USS Simcoe. Let's see. We hope this will turn out to be about a 6% with original gravity of 1.060. If it finishes out at 1014, we'll see where that ends up. Relatively low SRM. I like to keep my IPAs as clean, especially with this profile you'll see in a minute. IBUs on this are going to be about 59. What's not really calculated, I don't think yet, is Whirlpool, so I'm not sure how much that's going to affect it. I only do 3-gallon batches right now, so this profile is strictly for that. When I get the claw hammer, that'll change things up. Here are my grains for my malt bill. I've got 88.9, 89% two-row, a little over 4% caramel crystal 20, almost 4% of honey malt. I knocked that down from my original breakdown of this. And then I've also got caramel crystal 10. Now, the only reason I do that is because last recipe when I made the El Dorado IPA, I ran out of 20. I didn't have enough, and I ended up having to use for this, you know, batch. It's just a little over 3 ounces of 10, and everything about that beer was so freaking good that I'm keeping this. I'm terrified to change it. I have no idea how much that affects it. Probably lightens it up a little bit, but I don't want to change it. I'm not playing with something that ain't broke. IBUs total of, I think I said earlier, what is that, 59. I've got almost 40 IBUs at 60 minutes. I do a 30-minute edition and then a 5-minute edition, and then also we're going to whirlpool 2 ounces of Simcoe at 165 for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to dry hop an ounce in secondary for about maybe a little less than a week. We'll see where that turns out. And my yeast for this is the Imperial Yeast A07 flagship, hence the name USS Simcoe. So there we go. It's all been done. Oh, and I don't do water. I don't break down my water in a profile like that yet. I have the best well water in the planet, so I got no complaints with how my water is. Eventually, depending on how things go, once I get my new claw hammer going, once that comes in, I might start playing around with different water, especially if I want to get involved in the yeast experiments and stuff like that, where everybody uses RO or distilled. We'll see about that later on down the road. But anyway, there's my Brewfather. So let's get to brewing, people. Alright, boys and girls, my apologies. This video is probably going to go a little longer than expected, but get over it. I try to make it as fun as I can. Not sure if I'm going to succeed, but hey, I learned some things yesterday. So, brew day's done. Everything came down. I punched my numbers into Brewfather, and that's when everything went weird until I figured it out. First thing that went very well yesterday is right here. My pre-boil gravity, my target was 1.047. I hit 1.046. The second thing that happened is when I was transferring into my carboy, I took a temperature adjusted hydrometer reading, and I came up with 1.062. Obviously, target was 1.060 as previously mentioned. However, when I punched it into Brewfather, it immediately dropped to 1058, and I couldn't figure out why. Until I came up here and realized that as I'm learning about Brewfather, I'm adding more and more information, and that's where things went screwy. I did not add in post-kettle or fermenter volume for my carboy. And I have a measurement on my 3 gallons where it says 3 gallons, and I typically have a little more than that depending on the day. Today, looking at it, I'm assuming I'm probably close to about 3 1/4. And it's kind of what I was thinking last night. My post-boil kettle was, 3.3. I lose just a touch. 3 1/4 is what I went into the fermenter, my carboy. When I punch all that in, it then equals itself out to 1062. So target 1060, got 1062. I'm really happy with that. I would rather be just a tick over anyway. I mean, when you're that close, I'm not complaining. I've been tight lately, so I'm really happy with how things are going with this system. And then I'm just going to end up having to learn a whole new system all over again come probably about June or July. But there you go, update there. I did a no chill with the wort overnight, no immersion chiller again, and let's go pitch yeast. All right, folks, let's do this bad boy. There's our wort. I'm going to drop my blow-off tube into that little bitty cup of sanitizer right there for the time being. Please don't fall over. Appreciate it. And we are doing the flagship A07. And let's get the old USS Simcoe to sailing. See if we can do this without it being a complete freaking disaster this morning. The way my week is gone, it wouldn't surprise me. Locked myself out of the house, then spilled coffee on my damn laptop, so who knows whether I'll ever be able to edit this crap together. Oh man, there's probably stuff still down here. I thought I shook it up. Come on, I want all of it down in there. Alright, there's that. Get you. Put you in place. Let's get this party rocking. Yep. In you go. And we are done. Off she goes, people. Let's hope for the best. I'll let you know when it comes transfer time. Later. That, boys and girls, is what you call the Wally effect maneuver. Ooh. I have to turn that puppy down just a little bit. Hey. Yeah, you get all the refrigerator noises. and everything that's going to go with that. Yeah, I'm late to get into this, so apologies. I'll try to make it relatively quick. This is the USS Simcoe IPA. I got some weird thoughts on this one, man. So I love the color. She's carbonated, not overly so, even though I've got a really kind of pretty heavy duty head on this thing. Couple things I missed terribly. I'm going to send these out. I'm going to send one. Actually, I'm going to send a couple things. I'm going to send a Simcoe, a Belgian Wit, and a Belgian Saison each. I'm going to send one out to Wally and Nate so that I say this on the record so that it actually gets done. I have no idea how those beers are going to turn out yet, so I'm flying blind. And I'm not 1,000% happy with this, because I feel that it could have been a lot better, and I haven't even done a proper tasting yet. I say this because 1, I forgot the whirlpool. 2, I forgot the dry hop. So guess where the aroma is going to be, boys and girls? It's going to be shit. But the tasting I did of it earlier, I thought, you know, last week I think is the last time I pulled anything, and I love the flavor. Man, the refrigerators are down here doing double time. Both keggers, these out here. Yeah, it's a noise heavy review. There's a little bit of hop there, but not a whole lot of aroma, not nearly what I was going for. So that's going to be my #1 negative to this, I think. I love the color. I think the color is freaking amazing. I don't even know whether any of you guys can even see that. My new lights tend to be a little bit harsh. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to it. I can smell the Simcoe. This one's straight up, man. I think I really dig this. Yeah, man. This has the potential. I really like Simcoe now. I've always done, if I ever did Simcoe in the past, maybe it was with something else. This is the first I've done a simple, straight, single hop Simcoe. And I gotta tell you, I think I really like this. Light, not overly bitter, even though I think I'm pushing 59 IBUs on this, pushing 60, something like that. I can't remember my numbers on this one. I think I'm at 6.3 or 6.6%. 6.3, 6.6% ABV. I think I'm on to something. I really do. I think that I'm going to brew this again relatively soon. And I'm hoping that when I do, everything else falls into place like this, except for I want to get that aroma. I want to jack the aroma up on this, which is what I terribly missed on. But anyway, we'll see what Nate and Wally, we're talking 2 old school guys that, be honest, be brutal if you have to. Thin's fairly thick. The Belgian Wit, the Saison. The Wit is in secondary. The Saison never went to secondary. I'm going 3 straight weeks on the yeast, and then I'm going to keg it, and I'm going to let it kind of age in the keg for just a little bit. I'm hoping to send all 3 of these out right before I hit the road for vacation, and they'll be coming to you boys. I like it. At the end of the day, I know other people's opinions, they matter because I value them, but at the end of the day, man, it's about what you like, and wow, do I dig this beer. Oh, I just miss the aroma. I got nothing. I got just that little bit. It's old school. It's just a simple, there's a little bit there. It's clean. The bitter is not over the top. I'm really surprised. I like this hop. And now my light's flickering. Damn, that thing's harsh. Anyway, hey, I'll cut it short. There's grain in glass. The video went way too long, but yeah, they'll be coming to you, boys. I hope you dig it. I like it. Cheers, fellas. Rock and roll. Woo.